everybody, welcome to my channel. For today we're going to be kind of doing like a Mod Podge video. I wouldn't say like a vlog style video. It's more like I kind of just filmed some things and threw it together. I kind of cleaned up my room. It was kind of in like the 2 months depressed stage of me not really being in here, it being vacations. I kind of just would come in here and throw things down and then leave. I was doing a lot of my crafting, traveling, or in the living room at other people's houses. And so when I was coming home, I was just throwing like half completed projects in here. Yarn that I had ideas for while we were out traveling and stuff. And so it got pretty bad. For this video, the first part is going to be me kind of cleaning up everything, getting rid of some old yarn. I made my husband a blanket with some Bernat big chunky blanket yarn. When I first learned how to knit and crochet and all, I took it apart intending to remake him a blanket, but it was just, we had just washed it and dried it too many times. Like the yarn just wasn't really usable and it was honestly more trouble than it was worth. So instead, I'm currently making him a snuggie. I don't know if you can see this right here, but this blue and white mess over here is his snuggie. But yeah, so after we get cleaning, we'll be focusing on this project. So this project I had from a few ideas that just kind of got mosh posh together. Got this idea from Maksy. She did like a moss corset where she hand embroidered moss and stuff, and I don't have the patience to hand embroider moss on the cuff and the sleeves and stuff. I really wanted to do something mossy, and then as well as there was another YouTube video, I'm blanking on what her name was. I will link her video down where she knitted like a fur coat basically, and then I was like, oh my god, think about like a moss coat. And so I found this yarn from a YouTube short. I seen this yarn in a YouTube short, and so this was really like a Mod Podge of people's idea. And so I saw this in a YouTube short, like this type of yarn. So I went and found it on Temu. I found all of this yarn. It's all from Temu. I'll kind of show you my process. I knew I would have to do a lot of seaming with the cuffs and the collar already. So I'm like, I don't want to also have to seam together all of these panels. So I found a raglan cardigan pattern. I will link that in the description box. I did have to pay for it, and it is for a size 5 or 6 yarn, so I did size up 2 sizes. I am going to get a lint shaver just to shave this down. The mohair it's not very consistent in its halo, and so there are some spots that look like it's peeling, but it's really just the mohair is longer or clumpier in that area. So I'm gonna get a lint shaver to hopefully shave it down, and hopefully that will make it look more uniform and less like it's peeling in some places. Yeah, this video is really kind of just all over the place, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and Alright. Hey guys, I figured while I continue knitting on my sweater, I could come on here and talk to you guys about the plans I have for 2024. Don't mind if I'm looking this way. I have like a little acrylic board with all of my goals for this year on them. So the first thing is I want to do more recreation inspo type videos. So like, for example, this piece that I'm working on right here is inspiration from two different YouTube channels that I watch. One is she made a knitted fur jacket, and the other one is she made a different core type video where people submitted random cores to her and she made them, like made outfits for them. So this sweater is going to be like a mossy fur knitted raglan jacket type thing. But so I would like to do more of that where I take other people's artwork and use it for inspiration to recreate it on my channel, or you know, take my own artwork and recreate it. So like, I've done this before where my husband, when we had just started dating, one of our first dates was we went to Color Me Mine and he painted a dragon. Well, he didn't want to take the dragon with him to Japan and break it, so when he left, I painted him a canvas and I put it in his I painted like a flat canvas for him of the dragon, and I put it in his garment bag so he could take it with him, and he hung it up on his wall for the 2 years he was there. Another one is, so this kind of goes in, so my wanting to recreate art kind of goes into my next one, is expand on the types of crafts that I do on this channel. So far it's been kind of crochet, you've seen a little bit of knitting, a little bit of Tunisian crochet, but I want to take it to not just fiber arts on this channel. Like, I really want to get into bookbinding. I've gotten back into diamond painting. Like I said, I'm making a custom diamond painting right now for my husband. There's all these types of crafts. There are all these kinds of crafts that I want to get into or try, test out, or that I'm already currently doing that that I would like to make videos about. Making only fiber arts related videos can kind of cause some burnout in me, where there's some days I don't want to touch yarn, I don't want to look at yarn, but then I'm like, I feel like if I want to keep doing YouTube, which I do, I kind of really burnt myself out at the beginning. If I want to continue keep doing YouTube, I have to expand on and let myself do more than just fiber related content, as well as I don't necessarily have to have a video with 3 or 4 or more pieces. You know, I could make a video about one piece and my planning process and the whole thing. Like, that's one thing I really regret, is not making videos for the things that I was already making. Like this, I could have made a video. I could honestly still make a video. It would be kind of short because I'm almost done with the piece, but you know, I already make so many things, but I feel like early on I was putting the pressure on myself to make these new things to get them done within a weekend. I just really get burnt out by doing that. So expanding on the types of crafts where maybe I do a week where it's just me and I'm just painting, you know, or whatever, or I'm just diamond painting one week or that kind of thing. That leads me into my next point, is more casual videos. I don't want to have to be stressed out. The headband video, while super short, was hot mess because our friends were coming over, and I thought that the Tunisian crochet one honestly took me so much longer than I thought it would. And I don't really know if I like Tunisian crochet. I really like knitting and I really like normal crochet, so I was like, put the two together. But I think it's just such a slow process for me which is weird because knitting is such a slow process too, but I'm much slower at Tunisian crochet than I am at knitting. I just don't think that the smooth crochet hook, it's not easy for me to maneuver, whereas you don't really have to get the angle right on knitting needles to just kind of straight. But more casual videos where, like I said, I don't have to get 2 or 3, 4 pieces out in one video. I could just do one piece and be content with that. Another goal, the next goal is more purposeful crafts. So like, I see a lot of people who just make stuff and it just kind of gets piled up in their room, and I want to have crafts that have a purpose, kind of like the diamond painting. I'm intending on that to go up in Cruz's room, for his game room. He really likes anime. He really loves Overlord. I don't want to just craft and not have a purpose or a use for it. And I would like for all of my crafts, not even just my fiber arts related crafts, to have some sort of usefulness. Like, a lot of people who do diamond painting just do diamond painting and then they kind of just sit in a drawer, but I want to have a purpose. So I have another diamond painting that I plan. It's more casual because it's already like planned out and stuff. This one I have to really focus and like make sure my grid matches, but like I have another one, but I plan on hanging it up over here. I have a anime poster that I plan on taking down and putting it up, putting like other things up right there. But yeah, this other mushroom diamond painting will go up somewhere in the room. My next goal is to decide whether or not I want to open a shop, because I have so many crafts. It's not like I just want to open a crochet shop, because I think running a just crochet shop would burn me out, depending on the types of pieces I make and stuff. Like, I know Passionate Kelsey, she really likes making crop tops and she's really good at it and she's gotten into a rhythm with it and stuff. I could make crochet crop tops, and I really do like working with sugar and lily cream. I like how it holds its shape and stuff. But I also really like making cardigans and sweaters and that kind of stuff. I've kind of come up with an idea for like a self-care, like a self-spa day kit, where you have like your scrunchies that you put on your wrist, your headbands, like eye masks, like I can make cotton ones that are reusable or that kind of stuff. Yeah, those are, I'm slowly coming up with more and more products that I wouldn't mind remaking all the time, and that stuff that would be like a short break. Like if I did decide to do like a knitted cardigan commission, I could take a break and make a few, you know, crochet cotton swabs or eye masks or that kind of stuff. You know, something just basic that I could just not blindly, but you know, that I could just get into a rhythm of just making, and I wouldn't need to stop and look at a pattern all the time, that kind of stuff. Whereas like if I was making clothes and stuff, I would have to stop, make sure it's measuring out to the right size, make sure if I had a pattern I was following it correctly, because I'm not really that good at writing my own patterns. So like I think most of my stuff would be measurement based. Even if it's not like custom measurements, it would be like the standard small, large measurements and stuff that I would be making all my garments with. And I also just don't know if that's kind of the pressure I want to put on myself, especially dealing with like the taxes and all that kind of stuff. My next goal is consistent posting to all social media. So when I first started this channel, I kind of got really burnt out on making videos, trying to rush out a video every week. I don't feel like I'm that busy. I work from home, I go to school at home. It was just kind of like I'm really anxious. So I was starting to get anxious and worried about forcing myself to film and stuff. And that kind of goes in with the next goal, is to get more comfortable while on camera, which is kind of the point of me just sitting here and talking to you guys. I don't really sit here and talk to the camera a lot, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this footage, but it's just getting myself used to being in front of a camera and talking to you guys. And because I feel like I'm a robot in all my other videos that I have posted so far, and I really don't want to stay that way, obviously. I feel more comfortable with like the YouTubers that sit on camera and they laugh and they really seem like they're genuinely enjoying talking to their fans. And I don't know how to phrase it, but like when they genuinely seem like they're trying to have a conversation with you guys, with their viewers and stuff. Like, I don't want this to be like a podcast. It'll probably end up being more like a crafting vlog where you don't necessarily have to see the one before to understand it, because I've tried to get into knitting podcasts, but if you don't watch them from the beginning, a lot of the times you're not understanding the person and their life and that kind of thing. And I just want to be like, you sit down and you're like, oh wow, this person, you know, she made this cool thing and she's talking about it in this video, in this vlog or whatever. Because I see knitting podcasts and I just scroll, because I've watched a few and I'm just like, if I don't know you and I don't already know your life, then I don't really want to watch this, because I don't really understand what's going on here. But yeah, more vlog style videos I think will help me get more and comfortable in front of the camera, more in the swing of things. I don't have to worry about not having a project done that week or that kind of stuff. I'll probably only film every few days if I'm gonna do a vlog style video, just because I feel like vlogging every day would get kind of boring for you guys. I don't really do that much. Like I said, I work, I go to school at home, I stay at home. And now that my husband broke his elbow, we won't be going to the gym for a while. So my husband got me this necklace, and it's got two little circles like together, and one says my name with my birthstone and one says his name with his birthstone. But every time it jingles, it sounds like our cat's bells. So I have been waiting for our cat to walk through the door for the last 30 minutes before I realized it was me making the noise. Speaking of our animals, we have 6 animals. I know that's a lot. We're only 24 years old each. My husband and I are only 2 months apart, but we have 6 animals, and we have accumulated all 6 since I had Hades since like 2019 or 2020. He's our oldest. He's the snake. I had him since before Cruz and I lived together or were even married. And then he went to live with my mom for a year while I was gone on deployment with the Marine Corps. I was on the Nimitz. And then when I moved in with Cruz in our apartment, we moved Hades in. And then he wanted another snake, so we got Freya. And then after we got married, we wanted to expand our family, so we got Anubis. Anubis had anxiety, so we got a Kala to keep him company. And then we bought a house, so we're like, oh, we have a house, now we can have even more pets. So we got Juno as a housewarming gift to ourselves before we even lived in the house. We got her on the day that we closed on the house, and we were supposed to get her a week later, like a week after we closed on the house, when we were closer to packing up and moving in. So she was only supposed to spend like 2 days in the apartment with us, and then they were gonna have a house. But we couldn't wait. We were impatient, and she was already ready to be picked up. We were just waiting for the house. So we were like, you know what? Who cares? We could spend a week and a half in the house in the apartment with 2 dogs and a cat. So we called up Rachel and we were like, hey, can we come pick up our dog? She was like, absolutely, I can meet you right now. So after we closed on the house, we went and picked up our dog, and it was awesome. And she is amazing. Well, she's cute. That's all I see. And then last year on New Year's Eve, my sister found her cat Callie, and they had 2 black cats, both female, and one of them had this sweet little curly cute tail, and she just let me hold her in my arms, and then she got super curious and she kept going to the floor and just looking around the shop, and I knew that she needed to go home with me. So without my husband's permission, I brought home this free cat, and she was amazing. Her name was Zara. She wasn't the cuddliest of cats, but she was so independent and like the most fearless cat you ever met in your life. Like Akala, he's really like stay away from me kind of cat when meeting new animals. But he's the cuddliest boy ever. Like, he loves his big brother Anubis, and he loves cuddling with him, and he loves laying in my lap next to his brother. But he did not take too well with Zara at first, and he was hissing, and she was like, that she did not let him deter her at all. She's like, I do not care what you are doing. I'm living my life. I'm about to go explore this house. This random lady kidnapped me, and I'm not about to let you slow my stride. And she was so headstrong and so adorable with her little curly cute tail. Zara passed after 4 months of us having her. She was the sweetest. I used to call her my platonically lesbian roommate, because she liked her sister, and her and her sister would be sitting there separately but still together. Like Juno, I made Juno a little window bed because she really likes looking out the window because she's such a cat. I made her a little bed, and her sister would just sit there together and look out the window. Or like Juno would be sniffing her and she would just be chill standing there. She didn't really like Anubis because Anubis is like the kind of in your face dog, and then if he was being really calm, she was good with him. And she would come lay on my lap occasionally if he was being really calm and collected and stuff. And then we got Hina a few months later. There's like that cheesy TikTok where it's like you get your dog and then it's like your other dog handpicked that dog for you. That's kind of how I feel about Zara and Hina, because they are so alike. Hina's such a headstrong little demon cat. Hina has thumbs, so she is stinking cute. She's a I'm not even gonna say it because I don't want to make a fool of myself, but yeah, she has her dew claw, but then she has an extra toe that's like a thumb, and she really does grab stuff with it. She likes to throw rocks, and I mean, she picks up the rocks and throws them, and then goes chasing after them. And I don't know what it is with the girls in my household and rocks, but Juno has 2 giant rocks that she just likes to cuddle with. Is it weird? Yes. Did I let her bring them from the apartment? Yes. She loves them. I'm not gonna throw them away. just threw it on. Something shabby I had in my closet. Oh, it's nothing. It's just handmade. From a local artisan. It's just something simple I had lying around. You know,